should I copyright a tartan I created when I register it with the Scottish Register? What's the difference?
Yeah.
While we're at it.
When you register a tartan with the Scottish Tartan Registry, you are effectively just recording it for posterity. It is no real legal protection. When you're filling out the form, it will ask you, are there restrictions on it, or is there a copyright on it? And you're supposed to provide evidence of the copyright. Are there restrictions? Who can weave it? Who can do anything with it? That kind of thing. As far as the UK mills, it's very much just a handshake agreement. If it's restricted, and it says only woven by House of Edgar. Other mills won't do it, or they shouldn't do it, because it's more of a handshake kind of agreement. If it says it is copyrighted, that is something different. That is a legal protection. If you are concerned that your design, if it is for a broad organization or for a huge thing, or you're a corporation or something like that, then yes, I would suggest you get it copyrighted. If you are just an individual and you design a tartan for your wedding, and you're concerned that it's going to be woven in Pakistan and ripped off and that kind of thing, I really wouldn't worry too much about it. Copyright is going to require probably an attorney, if not other fees, if you're just going to go direct and try to do the copyright yourself. So there's going to be money involved. The reality is 99.99% of tartans do not need a copyright. It's just if it is for an organization or a corporation or something like that, then if you have the extra money and you're concerned about somebody knocking it off or something like that, sure. But if it's just you as an individual or a small kind of thing, the odds of somebody knocking it off are very, very, very low. So I really wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. I understand the concern in the world we live in,
Absolutely.
How things go. I get it. But honestly, the other thing to keep in mind is if somebody wants to rip off your tartan, someone overseas, shall we say, in a less than reputable mercantile operation, they're going to do it anyway, because copyright law isn't going to mean bunkus, in Asia.
Yup.
So
that's I'll use the Isle of Skye. Good point. I'll use the Isle of Skye tartan as an example. Rosemary Samois, I think is how you pronounce her last name, from Australia, designed the Isle of Skye tartan. It is copyrighted. Martin Mills and Loch Carron are the two mills that have the ability and the blessing to be able to have that woven.
Right.
It was done in Pakistan, and they didn't care. They just did it and wove bolts and bolts and bolts and bolts of the stuff.
Yep. And
eventually, it wasn't the UK going to Pakistan to sue them and to stop them from doing it. It was a company. It was them suing a company in the UK selling it and having the bolts woven in the UK, not in Pakistan, because the international copyright law is going to be a lot more convoluted, and trying to get somebody over in Pakistan to care and to stop doing something, if you're in the US or you're in the UK, you're going to sink a ton of money in it and no one's going to care.
Yep.
You're better off going after the people who are selling the stuff in the US and the UK, or having it imported, because they are subject to US UK law.
Yeah. And you're going to play, if we're talking about a big business kind of a concern, as opposed to, like you said, like a personal project, a love project.
Yeah.
But at some point at that level, they're just playing whack-a-mole. As soon as you come down on one group, somebody else will print it with a computer fabric printing system and put out.
Or another company is going to weave it and just sell it. And it's literally whack-a-mole's the best way to describe it. Yeah. It's you're going after 20, 30 different people doing the exact same thing, and it just ends up costing you an arm and a leg. And at some point, it becomes, is it worth it? Like, how much money are you spending in legal fees trying to chase after these people? You're trying to collect from them, but you won't. So you're just you're throwing good money after bad. So you're better off just evolving and moving past it, or just saying, screw it, so moving forward.
Trust your gut, but you probably don't need to worry about it too much.
Pretty much. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Remember, if you dig the kind of content that we're putting out, give us a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notifications every single time we come out with a new video.